Hello and welcome to Happy Horror Time. My name is Tim Murdoch.
And my name is Matt Emmert. And guess what, everyone? Tonight is prom night. Well, not really, but Tim is going to be ranking all of the prom night films. And that is the hefty number 5 because there's only 4 in the series plus the remake. So it's kind of like you're doing a top 5 because they're all in the top 5. But Tim, take it away.
Okay, let's start with number 5.
Okay, tell us.
And it's Prom Night 3, The Last Kiss, which came out in 1990. And this film, you and I are huge fans of continuity, and this film just goes off and does what it wants to. But it is written by the same guy that wrote Hello, Mary Lou, Prom Night 2 back in, oh gosh, I know this.
87.
Thank you. Yeah. I did know that. So like Ron Oliver does a really good job. And I think he went off and did like Hallmark films and like Christmas films. But The Last Kiss to me just it's at the height of like Freddy's Nightmares and Nightmare on Elm Street. So it really has like, and it's also very, very silly. Yeah. It's also very, very comedic. And like, I'm not a huge fan of comedic horror films that are just kind of one note. It does have its moments, but what it does have going for it is that actor Dylan Neal from The Bold and the Beautiful, and also Pacey's brother from Dawson's Creek also has a small part in it. And, the lead actors are pretty good. But it's just not one of my favorites. But and I don't even think it got a theatrical release. I think it went straight to DVD, straight to VHS. So my number 5 is Prom Night 3, The Last Kiss, and I don't like to revisit it.
Yeah, I have seen it one time, and I think one time was enough. I remember being really upset that Mary Lou was not played by the same actress, Lisa Schrag. Why do I keep it?
I never know how to pronounce that. We were so lucky to interview her.
And we were so lucky to interview her, and she told us that they never contacted her about part 3. And it's one thing if you contact an actor who played a role and they say, nah, I don't want to do a sequel. But to not even contact them, and then you're like, hey, everyone, here's a continuation. Here's Mary Lou, but it's someone else. It's like right away, I'm out.
It's also filmed differently. Like, Prom Night 2, it looks like a theatrical movie.
Yeah.
And this one looks straight to DVD. And I don't like to comment on budgets, but I'm commenting on budgets.
Comment on it. Well, I mean, something has to infer or has to create your opinion, and it's like it's this Prom Night series, like the movies, as more and more sequels came out, the budget kept going down and down.
Budgetary constraints.
Budgetary constraints, exactly.
Yeah, say that 5 times fast.
But I'm not gonna. Okay. Tell us number 4.
Number 4 is called Prom Night 4: Deliver Us from Evil. And this one was made in 1991, and it's very Canadian, and it actually doesn't spend too much time at the prom. It's for the leads. They go out to like this summer house, and they have their own fun there. And guess what? There's a body count because there's like a killer priest that wants to deliver them to hell, to evil. and it's also, okay, so early on in this movie, there's an actor, and his name's Brock Simpson. He has been in every single prom night film, Prom Night 1, 2, 3, and 4. And in this one, he plays a priest who's on the trail of the killer. No, I'm sorry. He's the priest. He's the priest.
He's like watching over the killer for a while.
In part 3, he plays a cop, and in the original,
he was one of the bullying kids.
Yeah, it says kill.
And number 2, he gets electrocuted at the prom.
In his eyes, because he's trying to rig the prom. So I think that's very interesting that an actor has played in all 4 of the like original prom nights.
Yeah, Prom Night 4, if I remember correctly, like you said, there's like barely anything about the prom.
No,
because they don't go to prom, right?
They skip the prom and go to a summer house. But I actually think the Brock Simpson as the priest tracking down, I guess
the bad priest.
Yeah, the bad priest. Okay, that's where I was confused. I was like, there's 2 priests.
Yeah, there's definitely.
So, and, if I remember correctly, the mean priest is kind of cute.
He is, because one of the saving graces from that movie, because you're right. I think, okay, if this movie had just been called Deliver Us from Evil, and it was like an evil priest coming after students, that makes a horror movie. But like when you call Prom Night 4, I wanted prom night, aka I want them at the prom. I don't want them to not go to the prom.
At least them there is a scene in the beginning where there is a quick little prom scene, but it's very brief and they get killed.
And do you remember, again, I've only seen this movie like once, maybe twice, but what's the priest's problem? Or he just anybody who sins?
Right. Like he's not into that. But when they like hold him captive, like he grows like a beard and his hair grows long.
But he's still cute.
Right. He's still cute underneath all that hair. But I just thought that was an interesting aspect to like, hey, the mean priest is going to grow a lot of hair.
I am definitely on the same wavelength as you so far in this ranking, because part 3 and part 4 would have definitely been at the bottom for me. So I'm excited to see where you place the other 3 entries.
I think we might be on the same page throughout this entire list.
Oh my God.
We might be. I don't know.
Tell me about number 3.
Okay, number 3 is Prom Night 2008, which is PG-13, which is a struggle. But these are the things I really, really like about this film. I love the poster. I love the trailer. I love that Brittany Snow's in it. And Kalen Lutz. Remember
Kellen Lutz, yes.
Thank you. Can't pronounce that.
Kalen and Kellen.
I don't know who Kellen
his
Lutz
brother.
Is. Right. And the killer, who they don't even, there's no mask. There's no mask. And this movie's not even a whodunit. It's literally like a stalker played by Christina Applegate's ex-husband, who I can't pronounce his name.
It's Jonathan Shake Shack.
I'm glad I left that up to you.
His name is Jonathan Shake Shack.
Right.
Yes.
He's just a handsome guy who had the hots for Brittany Snow when he was a teacher.
Yeah.
And these,
But he murder her parents or attack her parents. There's an opening scene, right?
Yes,
where
and then she hides under the bed.
Yes.
So actually it has moments, and being a PG-13 movie, I was really excited about this movie. And when I originally saw it on opening day in 2008, I didn't really think anything of it. But then you and I watched it and I was like, okay, this is kind of a stylish thriller, but it is just very cliched. And the girl, Jessica Stroup, I think is in it from
90210 reboot. Yeah.
And she looks great in it. Not that it matters how she looks, but she looks great.
I mean,
it's Prom Night.
First off, the funny thing is I would have ranked this in the same spot because it is better than part 3 and part 4, but that's a low bar.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like
low bar. The problem with this being a reboot and calling it Prom Night is that remake, reboot. It had nothing to do with the original Prom Night. It was just a horror movie that took place on Prom Night.
And the way they filmed it, I mean, it did have a good score and the look was kind of good. It did have a budget, but the downside is that it felt like a Lifetime movie because it was like, look at this handsome guy going after this beautiful girl in high school. So it was just like, well, how is
are they gonna make out?
Yeah, is this really a slasher film? I mean, there's slasher elements.
Yes, and that's the thing. It is a fun. When we revisited this, I was surprised that I enjoyed it because I remembered seeing it in the movie theater and hating it. So I was surprised. I was like, you know what? It's not as bad. The problems are, like you said, the PG-13 of this. You really feel it because you barely see anything happen, barely any kills.
There is one shocking part, like at the end of the movie when she's at home and her date is holding her, and then like he's got a slit throat. Yeah. I was not expecting that.
Very When a Stranger Calls.
Yeah, so I was like, okay, I mean, not a happy ending. It's kind of bleak.
No, that ending was probably the best scene in the movie.
Yeah, I was like, okay, this was totally unexpected. I mean, does it make up for the other 120 minutes I just watched? Not really.
And also, what was the casting person thinking, casting a very good-looking guy as the killer? Again, not saying, I mean, Ted Bundy.
And no mask.
There have been killers that have been good-looking, but this is a movie. They have the opportunity to cast anyone, and you want people to be afraid of your villain, not attracted to them.
Right, and I think his only like disguise, he's like, I'll wear a baseball hat.
Yeah. Oh, nobody will see me.
Yeah,
but he was a serial killer.
Felt uninspired.
I do love Brittany Snow also, so I love that part.
She's a good performer. Good performer. She's a good actress.
Those performances, yes.
And, okay, so let me see if I caught everything up. Okay. All right. So number 2, Matt, don't turn on me, and I hope no one turns on me, but it's the original Prom Night.
I had a feeling that
I love.
Look, by the way, everyone look at the shirts that we have. I think you know our favorite movies in the series.
Right.
Go on.
So I love, first off, I just want to say I do love the original Prom Night so much. It has very catchy songs. It has Jamie Lee Curtis doing like a dance number. It has Leslie Nielsen. And what I really love about this movie is like the beginning as a kid with these 4 awful kids, like literally backing up a girl out a window and it's like, kill. As a little kid, I thought this was terrifying. I was like, these are like bullies. And then they keep this secret, which is kind of like I Know What You Did Last Summer. And then the night of the prom, like the person decides to make the phone calls. And he's like, Wendy, Like, it's very spooky. It's very scary. I actually get chills. I scare myself. So the movie's genuinely scary, and it has a huge chase scene with, was it her name's
Wendy,
Wendy?
yeah.
Yes, Wendy. It's so good. I mean, and if you get like the HK. If you get the HK,
you combine 4K and HD, 4K HK, yeah.
If you get like, you can actually see the big chase scene, because you know when I grew up, because I'm done growing.
The VHS copy was
it is
dark,
so grainy. You can't even see. You're like, okay, I think she's running into like a class where there's cars. What's that class called?
Driver's Ed?
I don't know. But anyways,
Auto Shop?
Yes, Auto Shop.
Yeah.
So she's like hiding in a car. And I was like, I can't even see what's going on.
Yeah.
But the movie is so strong. Like, your boyfriend actually, Jacob.
Yeah. Jake, our producer,
yes. He really, really got me into it, because it's like, I was like, oh, you know, I liked Prom Night, but I didn't really like it. But after watching it a couple times, it's a very strong entry into the horror movie genre.
Look, I mean, this is not my ranking, so I would have 100% put it number one, but that's also because it's one of my favorite slasher movies of all time. It just is, to me, it's so good, and for all the reasons you mentioned, plus the whole reveal at the end. And you know what? Look, it's a spoiler, but it's not a spoiler because the movie's 45 years old.
Right.
I mean, the fact that you don't see it coming, that it's her brother, they set up so many red herrings in this movie, from the janitor to the guy who escaped, who had killed a nurse.
I didn't like that aspect. Like that got a little convoluted for me.
Yeah, but they were really trying to set up, and you don't see it coming, but then it makes such perfect sense because their sister was killed and he witnessed it and he's getting revenge on them. So it makes sense. It's the only Prom Night movie other than the remake that was very serious. That took it serious. Like, it wasn't comedic.
And I do like that transition, because like then, like after they go from the beginning with the children, they cut to like this grave, and they're all looking at the grave, and it's like Jamie
6
Lee
years
Curtis,
later.
Yeah, 6 years later, and like Jamie Lee Curtis is wearing like this cute little like jacket, and like Michael Tuff, who we interviewed and he's the killer. I just gave it away.
Her brother, yeah.
Yeah, and like there's one other element that I love that we always talk about is like when they finally reveal, they take off like this ski mask which has glitter on it. He has like lipstick on because he's also representing his sister.
Yeah, it's like he's killing as her, Robin, the sister that got killed. And it's just like all those little things make this movie
Details.
So good. And I feel like it's underrated. Yes, a lot of people appreciate it, but like for its time, when everyone was doing a slasher movie and copying things, I had not seen in 1980, like I don't remember many slasher movies before then taking place at a school with this sort of plot, with the revenge type plot, the whodunit thing. It just was great. Loved it. But anyway,
and it is a classic, and I trust me.
I know you like it, yeah.
The only reason that my number one is Hello, Mary Lou, Prom Night 2 from 1987 is because it hit me at an age when I was 10 years old, and like I remember seeing the poster when I came out of Dirty Dancing, and I saw this poster for Hello, Mary Lou, Prom Night 2, and I was like, I have got to see this. So like, I remember I didn't even get it from the video store. They rushed it to the USA Network. So I remember recording it on USA, and like it was the edited version. So like, if you're familiar with this film, there's a lot of nudity in this film. And like, so when I finally got to see the actual film, and there's like this scene where these two girls are in a locker room. And so the movie is a possession movie.
Yeah, yes.
And it's also like at the height of A Nightmare on Elm Street. So it's like very like, they went in a completely different direction, like being like, oh, it's a killer and it's like calling people. No, they got rid of all that, and they're like, okay, we're gonna have these dream sequences and someone's getting possessed by Mary Lou because this girl's trying to get a dress, and so she unleashes Mary Lou from the attic of the school.
Like the whole thing, because Mary Lou died in a freak accident in the 50s.
Yes, and like, we were so lucky to interview the girl who played Mary Lou, Hello, Mary Lou, Prom Night 2. And I also dressed up as her for Halloween.
And it's a great costume. We're going to have to get that picture up. But, you know, look, I'm not surprised, and I'm not upset that this is your number one. I knew this was going to be your number one. When you were saying, I think we're on the same page in this, I was like, are we? Because I know how much Tim loves this movie, and I love how much you love it. And to be honest, I think we're going to get some comments where a lot of people are going to agree with you. That movie is a cult classic. And by all means, I do love this movie. It's not my favorite of prom nights, but I love this movie and a lot of people love it. And it really hit, I think a lot of gays love it because of Mary Lou.
Mary Lou is so awesome because like she really owns this role. Like she just does what she wants. And like Michael Ironside, who's a big name, plays like the principal and also the father of the guy, of the girl that's getting possessed. So there, and all these, the one thing I like about the 80s is like these teenagers are like 25 easily.
Oh yeah.
I mean, like, I don't think anyone's like close to 18 or 19. And there's also like a sleaze factor to the movie because like this girl has a rocking horse in her room and the rocking horse like sticks out his tongue like that. And to top it off, there's one scene that is so disturbing. Like Mary Lou has fully possessed the actress in the movie. And she goes right up to the dad and she makes out with the dad. The dad doesn't push her away.
Doesn't push her away. I mean, yes, sleaze factor times 10. They kill a pregnant girl.
Oh, yeah. Like, I didn't even talk about that.
In such a horrific way. Right after they have this really like serious scene about her talking about her pregnancy and then they kill her.
Well, she's trying to chip the little like diamond out of the crown, which I'll put on right now.
Oh my God, Mary Lou?
It's me. I'm possessed. No, but like, so Mary Lou punishes her by strangling her and then throwing out the window. And I guess she's beheaded.
It is so rough for a girl that just had an emotional scene. And then speaking of the locker room scene with the nudity, we're not talking boobs, everyone. We're talking
everything.
Full frontal bush everything. And the girl, the poor actress is walking through and had to be naked for so long. There's so much nudity in this movie.
And then she gets inside the locker and it's such a like famous line in my eyes, hopefully the rest of the world.
Do it.
She goes a wop, ba ba loo, bop, ba wop, and then the locker like crushes her, and it looks like oatmeal comes out.
Like, and
it might be a
at that,
miniature.
yeah.
I don't know. It's so creative. I think the film is. Charlize Theron likes it.
Charlize Theron did like it.
Yeah.
What was that podcast she was on? Like,
How Did This Get Made?
Yeah, How Did This Get Made? Yeah.
So if you listen to that, I don't, but only listen to our podcast.
It is, yeah. It has so much to it that works, and it's so fun. You're right that it's weird to call this a sequel to Prom Night because it doesn't follow anything from the original. It just uses the name of the high school, Hamilton High, but they took it in a fun direction. They probably were like, we don't want to redo a slasher, so let's just use Prom Night, put it at the same high school, and make it supernatural. The problem was, again, is when they went to part 3 and part 4, because then they kind of just fucked it up.
Right, because they didn't, I felt those films 3 and 4 felt uninspired, and they're also like standalones. I mean, yes, they're kind of prom adjacent.
Prom adjacent,
like
yeah.
they're not even like the focus, but Mary Lou really saved that film for me because like her whole mission, and she's not even in the film that much. Like she gets very little screen time, but she's a presence because she's possessing this girl. Yeah. And there's like really cool flashbacks and like dream sequences that usually I don't like that kind of stuff, but for this movie it really works because you really see a girl spiraling not to become Mary Lou,
especially when she makes out with her dad.
Yeah. Which that
so
scene alone
disturbing.
is like, I will never forget as a 10-year-old. I was like, what
saying,
is this?
Is it okay to make out with my dad?
Yeah. And then like they also take the movie's also a part, like a handful of other films. Like it's a possession film, there's Nightmare on Elm Street aspect, but then there's also like Carrie's mom, because the girl, like her mom's like, your green dress will be just fine.
Yeah, her mom's a little kooky. Yeah, oh yeah. There's
and then she gets blown out the window because she's like, I gotta get to prom.
It is a fun movie, whereas the original Prom Night is
dead serious.
Is a dead serious slasher, and but I find that really fun. But the second movie, it's a little more lighthearted. There's some one-liners. Mary Lou like cracks a few. Even the girl when she's possessed and she's walking around naked. Again, the lines, the 50s
See you
talk.
later,
Scram.
alligator.
Yeah.
It's not who you come with. It's who takes you home.
But that movie originated in the first Prom Night.
I know.
But it wasn't as powerfully said as Mary Lou when she said it.
And I also have to go back to the original Prom Night. They also, did I mention those amazing dance numbers?
You did say that Jamie Lee Curtis has a big one, but yes, it's so good.
They go on forever and I love it.
And we like listen to the Prom Night soundtrack. Like Jacob and I actually listen to it. It's great.
The fun fact about Prom Night that I love is that they filmed the movie with like original like songs. They're like, oh wait, we don't have the rights to any of these songs because they would have cost the movie like 30 times their
Oh
budget.
wait, you mean they filmed the movie with
like the originals.
with songs from other
Right,
artists,
like,
and then they had to create original
right.
songs.
Then they had to
Got
create,
it,
and
yeah,
like
yeah.
the guy only had like a week and a half to like pretty much mimic the songs that they were dancing to, but like
Paul Zaza.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it's an amazing job.
Incredible. And that's the thing. I always wonder why, like, look, by all means, Halloween is everything to me, but why, when Jamie Lee Curtis talks about like her genre films, you know, she doesn't mention Prom Night more. I know she called it like disco something, like she was like, oh, that disco. There was another word for
What
slasher
was her character's
movie.
name? Kim.
Kim, yeah.
I love that. Tim. See,
I
we're
just love that
connected.
she had a brother who was a killer named Michael, but his actor's name is Michael.
Michael Tuff.
Michael Myers.
Michael Myers.
Yeah. Anyway, well, that was a good ranking, Tim.
Thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed it.
So let us know what your thoughts are. What's your favorite Prom Night movie? Have you seen parts 3 and 4? What did you think of the reboot? Let us know in the comments, and we'll be back next week with another ranking.
Hello, Mary Lou.
It's Prom Night 2. Bye, everyone.